So, BaZaKom ist heute in der Deutschen Welle zu Gast bei Martina Bertram. Frau Bertram, ganz kurze Worte, wo und was sind wir heute hier?
Wir sind hier bei der Deutschen Welle, beim Deutschen Auslandsrundfunk. Wir haben Programme in 30 Sprachen. Und das Besondere heute ist, wir haben unsere Jury von den BOBs heute zu Gast. Und eine der Juroren ist die Amira Al Hussaini. Und die wird jetzt interviewt.
Und das auf BaZaKom. Dankeschön. Hallo hier auf BaZaKom. Mit mir ist hier gerade Amira Al Hussaini, die bei den Deutschen Awards, Deutschen Welle, die Blog Awards gemacht hat, in der Jury saß und hier neue Blogs aus dem Nahen Osten vorgestellt hat. Amira, hello.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself for a minute?
My name is Amira Al Hussaini. I'm the Middle East and North Africa editor for Global Voices Online. What we do is we're an international platform of bloggers who summarize the conversations taking place online. So we cover conversations taking place on blogs, on Facebook, videos on YouTube, and of course on Twitter. So what we've been doing, I've been the Middle East and North Africa editor since 2006, and my job has been to follow all the social media across the Middle East and North Africa.
Okay, thanks. Social media in the Middle East, we heard in the news, or we see in the Middle East now a big revolution. Could you explain how social media, what is the cause, how these revolutions happened? What was the social media influence?
Those revolutions happened because of situations on the ground. The situation on the ground was that those countries are living in absolute dictatorships where freedom is very limited, freedom of speech is being attacked by the governments on a daily basis, and human rights are being attacked as well. So what happened was the general scene across the Middle East and North Africa is that the governments own mainstream media like newspapers and radio and TV stations, and even if there are private stations, they are either self-censored or the publishers are too afraid to confront the governments. There are very few independent papers which speak for the opposition, but they're also very careful in that they don't get the governments angry. So with this as a backdrop to the situation, what we have is there is social media on the other hand. Individuals, people who can freely write and say and take videos of whatever they want and post it online on international platforms, be it on blogs or Twitter or Facebook or YouTube and all the other social networking sites. So what we have is mainstream media which is controlled, and then a blogging scene which is being used as an alternative media to fill the gap that this media is not fulfilling, to create a means of giving people a voice, of people being able to express themselves and talk about what's happening in the regions. We saw the importance of social media in the coverage of the Arab revolutions, while the government media and the mainstream media in those countries played it down and said there is nothing happening and continued to pump out the government propaganda. Social media took the role of telling the world what was happening in those countries, and they showed videos of protesters on the street when government said there were no protests. They showed videos of people being shot and killed when the government said nobody was killed, and they showed us what was really happening on the ground.
This was also the things that we saw here in Germany.
Yes.
So we get more information. All the big news centers, they showed the pictures and the movies from YouTube. So we get also the information from this kind of. Would you say social media made the people brave, or that they going to...
It gave the people a little bit of protection, because every time you film the police atrocities and every time you film the crimes against humanity and every time you film the human rights abuses and you show it to the rest of the world, you show the world that we are, you know, like, not we, but the Arabs, the protesters, they're being attacked. So the world sees the story from another perspective.
Okay. Last question. Do you think you can, or the Egypt government, they try to stop social media by cutting off the internet?
Yes.
Do you think the Arabic they going to social media going to stop there, or is going to be further? What's coming next?
As long as mainstream media remains the way it is, then the social media will have to continue playing this role, and it will have to get stronger. But the thing is, in many countries, people are starting to get afraid, and in other countries, people are starting to get more courageous and more bold and push the freedom boundaries, like the boundaries, the shackles, because you need to remember that we have a huge censorship, online censorship. Many of the blogs are actually blocked. Many of the YouTube video channels are blocked. Some countries block live streaming. So even if you want to live stream a protest or you remember, you know, the live streaming on mobiles, like live stream, and these are blocked in some countries, so that people cannot relay in real time what's happening. So it is a struggle, like covering those revolutions and posting them on social media is not as easy as it looks. Like, people have to go through struggles. There are checkpoints where police check people to see what they have on their phone, and you know, you could get arrested for having material on your phone which shows the crimes of the police. So it's not easy. It's good, it's being featured, it's seen, but people go through a lot of trouble to get those videos out.
So it's good that this kind of competition from the Deutsche Welle is happening, that these blogs that are made from these people, that they are going to get a wide
Definitely.
field.
Any attention to social media in the Arab world is important, because it's not an easy task. It's not something that you can easily do. The internet services are interrupted, phone services are interrupted, they're jammed, internet levels are slowed down, so it's very difficult to upload a video. You know, instead of uploading it in a few seconds or minutes, it will take you up to half an hour to upload a video, and if the connection gets cut, you need to do it again. So there are a lot of technical things involved. Also, if there is a shooting, your first instinct as a human being is to run, you know, run for safety. You don't stand there with your camera filming it.
And the people do.
People do, because, and it's very courageous.
Yeah.
And people, I think it's suicidal, but it's the only way for us to see what's happening on the ground.
So let's hope that more people getting involved in these blogs, and that they're going to reach more people.
I hope so.
Amira, thank you very much.
You're welcome.